It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the big story continues to be the Wayne County school system. As this past Friday, the Wayne County Board of Education met and voted 5-0 to sever the employment of their school superintendent, Dr. Sean Kelly. Chairman Bruce Harris stated that an agreement had been worked out between the board and the superintendent, and he needed a few days to look it over. From all reports, all that should be finalized sometime today, as all the I's will be dotted, the T's crossed, and Dr. Kelly's time as Wayne County school superintendent will come to an end. It wasn't long ago that the Board of Education gave an extension and raise, so it'll be interesting to see what the agreement is and what the two sides have agreed to. Also, the board has to make a decision on who's stepping in temporarily to guide the ship until a full-time school superintendent is hired by the Wayne County Board of Education. All this stemming from a former CFO Tony Williams' report a week ago as she stood before the Board of Education as they hired her to come in and look over the school system's finances and do a report on what she found. She gave an extensive report which showed many deficiencies on how the finances were being handled. Figures given to the local Board of Education, not the same figures given to the State Board of Education, and so on and so forth. And when she was finished last Tuesday, the board went into executive session for about 20 minutes, asked the school superintendent to leave the executive session. He never went back into the executive session. When the meeting ended, not one word was stated as to what they had learned from Tony Williams' report, with the exception of thanking her for her report, but that was all that was said a week ago. Todd Wise did ask the question, was she given all the information that she needed to do her report, which she stated no, and the meeting adjourned. Days later, the board announced a call meeting, which was held this past Friday, and at that meeting, the agreement worked out, and the vote 5-0 to end the working relationship with Dr. Kelly. Once again, at Friday's meeting, it was stated that both sides have agreed, and again, they stated everything should be finalized sometime today. No scheduled meetings by the board at this time. That could change today, but as of this report, no notice of any meetings by the Wayne County Board of Education. But again, the question is, once the deal is finalized, who's stepping in to guide the ship and look after the day-to-day operations of the Wayne County school system? That answer is still to come. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Other news, an important note from CSX Railroad as they move the closure date for the closures in Wayne County this Thursday, August 22nd. CSX recently announced a track maintenance project that began on Monday. This project includes the installation of new railroad ties along parts of the CSX and 800 subdivision. For Wayne County, the projected date of closures is now Thursday. This will include the following areas in the city of Jesup: for railroad crossings: Pine Street, East and West, Jesup Yard, Cherry Street, Orange Street, Magnolia Street, Brunswick Street. Closings will be anywhere from 2 to 5 days, depending on maintenance needed. The projected date may change, and the city of Jesup will let us know if it does. Since Brunswick Street is one way in and out, they state they'll try to have that accessible in less than 24 hours. Once again, all this beginning this coming Thursday in the city of Jesup regarding the railroad closures by CSX for maintenance. This Thursday, August 22nd, is the date for that court hearing for the 11-year-old boy who faces criminal charges in connection with the death of 8-year-old Noah Bush. 11-year-old faces 4 charges: involuntary manslaughter, simple battery, criminal trespassing, and concealing the death of another. He'll be back in juvenile court this Thursday morning with his attorney. He's scheduled for courtroom C. Once again, the juvenile case of the media is banned from the courtroom proceedings. Noah Bush's family and attorneys will be in the courtroom as well. We'll have a full report on Friday's newscast. And beginning Monday, August 26th, in Wayne County Superior Court, jury selection will begin in the case of State of Georgia versus Landis Paul Brown. He's charged with murder in the shooting death of Zachary Johnson, which occurred in Wayne County back on February 3rd of 2023. Superior Court Judge Anthony Harrison will be on the bench presiding over the case. WIFO film will follow the trial, have reports here on the local news. Once again, the jury selection set for Monday, August 26th in courtroom C. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news: the Wayne County Commissioner is set to meet this coming Thursday. They've got 2 meetings planned. They've got a work session set for 4 p.m. at the County Commissioners meeting room. They state that will be to discuss the possible additional budget items and discuss the election board. Then the regular meeting set for 6 p.m. on Thursday. On the agenda under citizens' concerns, Kenny Fuller to talk about a street light placed at Seminole Wood and Shrine Club Road. There's a public hearing at the meeting discussing the closing and abandoning of L.J. Anderson Road. Under new business, the new EMS Director, Patrick Parson, on hand for 2 items: consider improved changes to the EMS policy and procedures. Also consider improved purchase of LifePak cardiac monitors. Mitch Sutton with the airport will be on hand to talk about precision approach path indicator. They'll consider improved closing the abandoning L.J. Anderson Road. Consider improved bids for the Ag Complex concession stand. Consider approved contract with Heart of Georgia Altamar Regional Commission for services with Wayne County Transit. Consider and approve refunding the Community Development Block Grant account. Consider and approve voting delegate for ACCG Legislative Leadership Conference. Vote to set county's millage rate and approve resolution to levy both county and school boards millage. Consider to approve sheriff vehicle purchases. Consider to approve Lake Grace rental agreement. Consider to approve resolution for election board. Consider to approve EMS vehicle purchase. Engineer Brandon Purcell on hand to consider and approve final plat for Flint Branch duplex subdivision. Lamar Eccles, Recreation Director, on hand to consider and approve update on pickleball courts, and consider and approve the 2025 budget for general fund, revolving loan fund, and ARP. Items with the administrator, items with the county clerk, items with the commissioners, all that's set for this coming Thursday. Again, a work session at 4 and the regular meeting at 6 p.m. And the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce has a business after hours set for today from 5 to 6:30 p.m. It's going to take place at the Home Senior Living at 150 Henson Mosley Road, and that's a business after hours sponsored by the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.